I wish I knew these 4 things before building my first sauna. I'm Veeti, a Finnish sauna enthusiast and entrepreneur. During my years of working at the sauna industry, I have been participating in thousands of sauna projects, some on site and many through online consultations. At my line of work, these are the most common mistakes I see sauna builders make. The first mistake is not ventilating the sauna. Our team comes across multiple saunas a week that are not ventilated, like at all. Ventilating your sauna means on a most basic level that you have a hole in your wall that has air coming in and another one that has air going out. This creates airflow inside the sauna. If you don't have any ventilation inside your sauna, it means that there is no oxygen coming to the sauna. You are sweating in this enclosed wooden box. When you are experiencing these hot temperatures, your heart rate raises, which means that you consume more oxygen than normally. You experience similar oxygen consumption to light workout. So when you have no oxygen coming in, you start feeling like suffocating after just a couple of minutes inside your sauna space. This means that you have to cut your sauna session short and you don't get the full benefits or the enjoyment that sauna going should bring to you. Some of these podcasters have created this culture that sauna should be about suffering, that sauna should be like working out. The more it hurts, the healthier it is for you. But as a Finn and as someone who has been going to sauna my whole life and I have been living with saunas my whole life, I can confirm that that's not the case. Sauna should be really enjoyable, and it's not that if you suffer more inside your sauna, the more health benefits you get. That's complete cap. Another issue of having a sauna that is not ventilated is that your sauna stays humid for a long time after your sauna session. When you go to a sauna or traditional Finnish sauna, you are supposed to throw water onto the rocks. This creates steam, löyly, the most enjoyable air sauna goer can experience. However, this löyly needs to exit the sauna somehow after your sauna session. If your sauna stays humid and there is no way for this humidity to escape, your sauna will rot and decay. If decay happens in your sauna, it means that going to sauna will intoxicate yourself going forward because there is that mold in your structures. So I would highly recommend that you ventilate the sauna. If you want to see a ventilation masterclass and want more detailed instructions on how to actually do this, check out this video right here. Second most common mistake I see sauna builders making is that they are placing the temperature sensor of their electric sauna heater incorrectly. So this is only about electric sauna heaters because wood-fired sauna heaters obviously don't come with a temperature sensor. So to illustrate this, if this is your sauna, and let's say this green thing here is your sauna heater. Sauna heater. Then you should, in general, place your temperature sensor around here. So close to the roof level and basically above the sauna heater. Please check the manual for your specific model on where the temperature sensor should be placed, but this is where it should be placed generally. What a lot of sauna builders do is that they have, let's say, 2 levels of benches like this, and they end up having a lot of space between the upper bench, so this is your upper bench, and your ceiling. And of course, you would think that it's logical that you want to measure the temperature somewhere here where you're sitting. But if we think about the thermodynamics, the sauna heater is always going to push hot air up and cold air is always going to plummet. So there's always going to be some sort of temperature differences between the lower level of your sauna and the upper level of your sauna. With correct design and correctly designed ventilation, correctly designed bench layout, you can minimize these differences, but what we see a lot is that people place the sensor where they want to actually measure the temperature. Then they have incorrectly designed sauna, or let's say unoptimally designed sauna. And what ends up happening is that the heater is just pushing to reach your temperature goal. Let's say it's 180 Fahrenheit. And it can never do so because the heater only knows what the temperature is at this point. Then the heater is pushing so hard that it ends up breaking prematurely, and the manufacturer denies your warranty because you placed the sensor incorrectly. So always check the instructions of your specific electric sauna heater model and place the temperature sensor according to those instructions. Otherwise, you can prematurely break your sauna heater. Then to equalize temperatures inside the sauna room, that's a completely separate topic, but just follow the golden rules of Finnish sauna design that we talk about, for example, in this video. The third most common mistake I see sauna builders making is leaving too much room above their head in their sauna layout. So if this is your sauna, once again, and let's say you will have one level of benches. This is especially common in commercial saunas. I have no idea why. In some saunas, you have from this bench where you're sitting to the ceiling, you can have something like 80 inches or even 90 inches or whatever. But the optimal distance between your upper bench and your ceiling is 48 inches. I wouldn't go much above that. Again, the reason is that your sauna heater is going to push the hot air up and the more dense cold air is going to plummet. So if the cold air is hanging around here and the hot air is hanging on this upper part, you want to be fully positioned in this upper part. Otherwise, you will feel cold inside your sauna room. If this room that we are using to film right now would be a sauna, I would have way too much room above my head and I would feel cold regardless of how good my sauna heater would be or how good my ventilation would be or any other fact in that matter. So you want to have as little room above your head when you're sitting on the upper bench of your sauna as possible. Lastly, something I see happening is that people get confused with all this information online. We have made more than 150 advanced sauna building tutorials talking about all these principles, how you should build your benches, how you should select your heater and all that stuff. Then some people just watch all the information, they read all the forums and then they're so confused that they end up taking no action at all when it comes to their sauna project. So what I want to say is that you can get a sauna kit and keep it simple and build this sauna kit in a few days and you will have a really enjoyable sauna. Or then you can build the sauna yourself and spend a bit more time on this research phase. But the main thing is to take action. I would have a sauna in my yard that is unoptimal any day of the week rather than having no access to sauna at all. Most of the times, the quality of your sauna session is about the company you go to the sauna with and your overall mood. So obviously try and get the basics right. You can get any kit and just add a bit of ventilation there based on our tutorial or adjust the benches a bit yourself, but just don't overthink it. If you try to do this perfectly, you end up doing nothing at all. If you want to learn more about sauna building, check out this video next.